Morning, everybody. So, here with you today. We're going to take a moment just to introduce ourselves in the chat. So you'll see here on the main screen, there's a question. Introduce yourself. As well that I'm not familiar with people here that I don't know. Don't hold back. The more information you share, the more really deep dive together. This is collaborative, creative. We're going to get there about another minute. We get time to get questions. Welcome in to guests before we take. Thank you so much for being here today. All right, everybody, thank you so much for being here today. We are going to give this 5 minutes and go ahead and introduce yourself in the chat. These are some key questions that are going to help me be in a co-creative container with you. This is collaborative, so the more that you feel comfortable sharing about yourself, the deeper that we're going to be able to go every single day. And this is a recorded series. So everything that we share here is going to be recorded and shared as well as offered after this live series. So also just self-censor yourself if there's anything that you don't want to share with the world, with outside communities. You make that decision here. Okay, so thank you. Let's take 5 minutes and I can't wait to read what you have to say. It's good to see so many familiar faces here. And if you are joining and you aren't on camera, I encourage you to please put your camera on because connecting to the face brings us more into presence with one another. Thank you. All right. Welcome, everybody. If you aren't already muted, go ahead and please mute yourself right now. It is so good to see so many faces here, so many faces that I know personally. Some of you I've never met in person, but we've done work online together, and some I'm meeting for the very first time. So welcome to the World Weaving 5-day digital retreat. This for the next 5 days, we're going to meet online between 1 hour and 2 hours. It's flexible, but I do inspire you to keep this 2-hour window totally to yourself so you can integrate and even take action on things that you learned. And going through the chat here, it looks like we have some beautiful world weavers. We have our mamas, we have our nomads, the pollinators, we have civilization 2.0 creators. Let's see what else. Leaders on thought principles and conscious capitalism and ancestral wisdoms. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you for sharing your passion and where it is that you're calling in from. We are truly an international group here. So a little bit about what we're going to be doing this week and who I am. My name is Marley Benedicto. I'm extremely excited to be here with you. I'm the founder of Harmonize, which is a voice activation modality that uses singing as a somatic tool to help you tune your mind, body, and spirit so that you can take forward action feeling confident, self-assured, and authentic, aligned from your soul vision rather than the mind, which has been compromised by all of our media, by the content that's out there, and isn't necessarily residing in our heart or connected to our deeper soul knowing. And also, I'm the founder of Gaia Temple, which is a 508c1a. This is a church based in the United States that is all about using art as a catalyst to inspire systemic design and to really help us move into the next phase of our human evolution through play rather than struggle. One of my favorite quotes is by Maria Chavez, a wonderful medicine woman. And she was saying, we're coming out of the shadow of our ancestors. We're coming out of the shadow of our ancestors. So what does that mean? To me, that means that as we remember more of who and what we are, which is a present nature, we're present, and in this presence we're constantly co-creating with life force energy, then we get to remember that it's not up to us to necessarily project into the future, because we're projecting from a limited mindset, we're projecting from a limited perspective and capacity. So as we're able to ground more into our body and anchor into this present moment, we become responsive rather than reactive to our environment, and we get to hold a state of curiosity. So whenever I hear, how are we coming out of the shadow of our ancestors? Well, the people that came before us in very goodwill thought that they knew what was coming. And it's so much better than that. And that's the same today. What is coming for us today, even though there is a lot of struggle, strife, and separation happening in the world, we've already won. And what is coming for us today is so much better than anything that we could imagine. But it does require us to become wholly present, in our centered, aligned with our higher self, and healthy to be able to become the stewards of the earth, to be able to become the footprints moment by moment, creating that which is coming. Because if we just keep staying in our mind and visioning, we're not actually weaving. We can have all the ideas, we can have all the solutions, we can have the most beautiful imagination, but if we aren't centered, grounded, embodied, and taking action, that's where it stays. So what we're really coming for together these next 5 days is I'm going to teach you how to, number one, access your passion, access your unique vision that isn't connected to the mental space and the thinking and the worrying and the planning, but how we can drop into our heart and use our ego as a best friend and as a trusted advisor and an ally. But remember who and what we really are beyond that. This is definitely a devotional, spiritual connection to ourselves, and I'll be speaking to that very plainly. So if I say the word God, if I say the word source, if I say the word intuition, please let that resonate to you however it is that you want it to resonate. This is your one of a kind life with your one of a kind perspective and your way of relating to your deeper knowing. So thank you for that. Take a deep breath in. I'm excited too to see what comes through. Something else about this is while I've been since 2018 traveling the world to teach Harmonize, which is a very specific modality of how we can use the voice to tune the body and to clear our throat chakra so that we can share our visionary messages. Our voice is truly the most powerful tool that we have to have our dreams come true. It's said that Saraswati, the Hindu goddess, sang existence into reality. This is for multiple reasons. One of the reasons is the nature of our reality is that we are frequency. Quantum physics teaches us that every single thing down at the most basic level is just vibration. That means that you are also vibration. Your hair, your teeth, your eyes, your skin, your blood, the trees, the walls, everything is just vibration. So your thought is a very subtle vibration. And whenever you choose to bring it into audio form, you're bringing it one step closer into the manifest. Not only that, but it's something that then we can start to share. So by using your words, you're inviting other people into your vision. By using communication formulas, you're requesting them into your vision. You're asking for support, you're asking for help, you're setting boundaries to tell the universe, hey, not this way, let's go this way. So that is what voice activation is all about. And really, whenever I do these masterminds, typically I focus on just introducing people to that practice. But looking at what's happening in the world right now, especially in the United States, now is the time to connect to our why. Why are we using our voice? And this isn't about just growing a business. This isn't just about growing a larger community. This is about really going deeper inside and remembering who, why, and what we are, and our capacity to become leaders. Because when we look at history, we look at the movement of leaders throughout history, while there may be one person that was standing in the front of the line that had their name become known, behind that one person was an army of other people doing the exact same things. And this moment of evolution, this moment of change, the great reset that we're really in, it's going to require every single one of us to step into our inner knowing of our greatness and our capacity and our ability to become that enactor of change. And that enactor of change starts from within us. We are the center of that reality. So anything that you want to see changed out there in the world, this is your invitation right now to remember to embody with integrity those values every single moment, because your inner world becomes your outer world. You have a ripple of impact that is so strong. And I know that I'm just preaching to the choir and you all could be up here saying the very same old thing. So thank you for listening in. I feel your presence. It's coming through so strong. So what we're going to go ahead and do today is we're going to start into our visioning exercise. And we're going to begin with a meditation. This is one of my favorite meditations to do. This is a meditation that I do one-on-one with all of my clients, whether we're starting private coaching, acceleration, mentorship, or if we're going to the Harmonize course, one-on-one ritual creation. And this dream day meditation is designed specifically for you. Some of you that are on this call today have already done it. And if you're here, yum, please share in the chat how doing this ritual has impacted you, what opened up in you that you didn't expect. And for this meditation, I really, number one, have a piece of paper nearby and a pen, because whenever we come out of it, we're going to reflect on what came through. But number two, as this meditation is coming through, don't limit yourself. It doesn't need to make sense. So right now we are leaning into the edges of our ego. We're leaning into the edges of our imagination, into what is truly possible. So let yourself become your superhero avatar for this meditation. Okay. Some water. So let's go ahead and just begin by seating comfortably. And I'll take you deeper into it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. So as you feel ready, leaning into your seat, go ahead and close your eyes. With your eyes closed, take a deep breath of air in through your nose, feeling the oxygen come in, filling your lungs, entering your body and calling in this present moment. And as you exhale, lean back into your seat, find your center of gravity, and let go of everything from before this moment, right here, right now. Breathing in deep, filling your lungs, feeling your diaphragm expand, pulling in this fresh prana, this fresh breath, pulling in all of our life force energy, all of our presence, all of our power, inhaling all the way, holding the breath in at the top. And as you exhale, let the whole day just fall off of you. Maybe it's the morning and you're shaking off the slumber. Maybe it's the evening and you're getting ready for sleep. But let everything just fall right off of you. And taking another deep breath in through your nose, filling your lungs, feeling your diaphragm expand, breathing all the way down into your belly, feeling the pleasure in your breath, breathing in deep, connecting to the surface of your skin, holding that breath in at the top, filling your lungs all the way, holding the breath in. And exhale, letting go of the shell of the self and coming all the way into your center, connecting into your heart, letting your whole body relax. We're calling in our angels. We're calling in our guides, calling in our ancestors and our intergalactic families, all benevolent beings of assistance to be here with us right now. As we open up the doorway, we open up the portal, moving through all of time and space, connecting to our higher self. Taking a deep breath in, feel the inside of your body, all the way down from the soles of your feet, up your legs to your hips, your gut, your womb space, all the way up to your chest, your shoulders, your arms, your throat, and your face, and just feeling the inside of your body. And traveling down along the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, base of your skull, down through your throat, down across your shoulders, down along your shoulder blades, letting your consciousness drop down through the center of your body, as though it was a penny dropping through an infinite well, down the vertebrae, to the chest, the abs, the gut, all the way down to the tailbone. And now dropping our consciousness into the surface of the earth, sending our anchor through the layers of the soil, the stone, through the waters, feeling these elements in your body, all the way down to the fiery center, connecting to the sentience of Gaia. Taking a deep breath in, feeling that center fire. Breathing in our ability to be stewards of the earth and actors of her sentience. And bringing all of your energy into one clean line, the center channel of your body, clearing the mind. Engaging the senses. Listening, what is the sound furthest away from you that you can hear right now? Listening, what is the sound nearest to you that you can hear right now? And if that sound isn't the sound of your very own heartbeat, listen even closer. Breathing in deep through the nose, connecting to your sense of smell. What are the fragrances around you right now? Perhaps there's incense, perfume, flowers, food cooking, smell of coffee or tea, familiar home smells like dust and fabric. And connecting to your surface of the skin, feeling the temperature of the room all around you, feeling where your fabric touches your body, or it hugs and pulls and drapes. Any light breeze. See if you can feel the sense of sound against your body coming in. Or feel the rhythm of your own beating heart from inside of you, turning on all of our senses. And breathing in deep. And from this place, we are now moving through time and space, connecting to our future self. Moving all the way into 2032. 2032, the year that all of our dreams have come true. You are living your best life. You are in awe of who you've become, of those who are around you, of how you spend your time and your presence. The world has literally transformed all around you. It's almost like all that suffering feels so far away. Your body feels aligned, clear, healthy, and empowered. You know who you are. You know why you are. And it's easy. Not something that you have to think about. It's just a feeling of peace. And from this place of this future timeline, we are moving into your dream day. And this dream day is just an average, ordinary kind of day in your dream life. So maybe you're preparing to fly to the moon or to meet someone significant, but this isn't the day that you do it. This is just an average day in your dream life. Nothing is impossible. Absolutely nothing at all. And so turning on our third eye to 100%, connecting fully to all of our senses, begin to visualize and feel, hear, see, smell yourself moving through this guided meditation. It's early in the morning, and in this dream day in 2032, you're just barely beginning to wake up in your own bed. And as you're waking up, notice the light or the lack thereof it. Notice, what are the sheets like against your skin? Where are you sleeping? And who's sleeping next to you? And as you begin to wake up and you're in that liminal space, what is the feeling of your body? What are the messages and attunements coming in from your higher self? What is your higher self having you weave into this next grounded waking day? How do you feel about your dreams? And as you come more into waking consciousness, what are the sounds that you hear? What are the smells that are bringing you out of your slumber? And taking a deep breath in, imagine yourself beginning to move through your morning routine. What does the space around you look like, this home, this room? What does your morning practice include? What are you wearing? What are you eating? Who are you communing with? What is the information that you receive as you turn on your sources of media, music, outward inspiration? What does this mean about the choices that you've made in your life? Where's this food that you're eating for breakfast coming from? Where are these drinks coming from? This clothing, as you change into your outfit for the day, where has this come from? From what hands? From what imagination? And as you shower, put on any of your perfumes or your oils, connecting to how this makes you feel, connecting to how these products were made, to what consideration, feeling an intimate connection to every single thing in your life, slowing down and being with the beauty of being a creator of your reality. Moving through the day, moving through breakfast time, recognizing what are the conversations that start your day. How are you relating to your environment, and how are you relating to people around you? How does your emotional body feel as you begin to start your day? Now moving through your day, perhaps starting into a passion project, a piece of art. Maybe you're working with the land. Maybe you're working with your hands. Maybe you're plugging into the digital sphere. Begin to imagine what is preoccupying your creative presence. What's the same about it? What's the same about you? What did you bring forth with you through the many incarnations that made it all the way into the year 2032? And what's different? What are the modalities of networking and communication, collaboration, sharing, and grounding? How have they transformed? And bringing this all the way into your heart center, feeling who you've become through the process of recognizing yourself as being a leader of your own life, as being the creator of your own life. And observe the ripple of impact from these creative projects, from your creative presence, and what it is that you're contributing. What is the impact that you're having in your own personal life as you show up in this way? Connecting to your breath, moving a little bit further out. What is the impact that you're having in your family, your soul family, with these contributions, with your hobbies, your projects, with your work? Who are you to these immediate reflections? And how does this feel in your emotional body? Now feeling your energy field expand even further out from your center self into your community. How is this impacting your community? How are you offering these gifts, these projects, this work? How are they receiving it? What's the shared benefit? And now going even further out, expanding your energy field even further into your state, into your country, into the world, into the digital world. What is this web that you're weaving through your creative contribution? Allowing yourself to feel this. Moving through lunchtime, noticing who is it that you're spending lunch with? What are you eating for lunch? How are you paying attention to your body, nourishing your body? Where was this food grown? Whose hands have touched it before it made its way to you? And how do you show presence and appreciation for this health, for this meal? Continuing through the day, moving into the conversations, the tasks, the playing, the creativity, feeling your body move, feeling your health, noticing what's the same and what's different. Do you have a fitness routine? And going all the way into dinner time. Close of the day, connecting once again with yourself, and noticing if there's anyone there with you. So you're coming into dinner. And what is that environment? What words do you share with yourself, with your environment, those around you? Is there a shared sense of emotion? And after dinner, do you stay energized and commune or study? Or do you start to slow down and go inwards and digest? Noticing what the end of your day looks like. Connecting to the smells at the end of your day. Connecting to the sounds of the end of your day. Connecting to your body at the end of the day. And any other evening routines that you have before you go to bed. Just taking the presence to really be there for the little things. And taking one more deep breath in, climbing into your place of sleep, feeling yourself, feeling the sheets against your skin, pillow beneath your head, noticing the gravity of the body as you begin to soften back into that liminal space. Notice, what is the very last thought that you have before you fall asleep? Now taking a deep breath into your body, bringing all of your life force energy back into your body right here in the right now. Integrating any visions, any words, any emotions, sensations, and stories that came in through this guided journey. Acknowledging your higher self, your ancestors, future and past, with gratitude for helping bring you into this liminal space. Just connecting to our sense of inspiration, our imagination, our self, our purpose, knowing that these things are fluid and ever changing. And bringing your right hand over your heart, your left hand over your body, connect to your physical self right here in this now, thanking yourself for slowing down and taking this time to be on retreat today and the following days to uncover more of your own mystery. And as you're ready, coming back here into this present moment, opening your eyes, wiggling your body, and let's take a couple of minutes. Sharing in the chat, I'd love to hear what came through for you. Sharing on your own paper and pen right there if this is something that you want to hold on to for yourself. And we'll just take a little bit of time together. Mhm. Yes, and as you're finishing with your own notes, please share in the past. We see Frida just rising in love. Whatever it is that came through that you'd like to share, put it in the chat and bring us into your vision. Okay, wonderful. And starting to come back in. I'm really enjoying reading everybody's comments from the beginning of today. We have such a dynamic, diverse group of people here today. Everything from twin rays to carbon creating organisms. This is beautiful, really beautiful. And to see, so I'm just going to read a little bit what I'm reading in the chat of people's experiences. So I saw examples of presence, collaboration, endless and instantaneous creativity, and it was ridiculous and peaceful, fun and romantic. Yes, all is provided for, a beautiful garden shared with soul family, sharing sound medicine, traveling through the world, weaving together harmony, rose petals and cinnamon chai in the morning, long baths with love. Beautiful. I accept. Obsession is now. Absolutely. So it's nice to really pull into these higher visioning states, is it lets us reach for new heights of aspiration. And I have a secret for you, which is every time that I've done these meditations with people, almost always, when we look back and we see, oh, that's actually what was happening in my life at that very moment. I just didn't know how to view it from that lens yet. And so the way that this ritual works is whatever it is that you've written down, you can turn it into a full script, like a 1 or 2 paragraph script. And I invite you to not alter it. Whatever came through in your vision, it's exactly what it is. And it could simply be, I was present and in the frequency of love. Done. Or it might be, I was living in a new world community in the earth, working with sound healing temples and teaching children art, right? Whatever that is, write it down, read it. And then the trick, the ritual is you record yourself on your phone, speaking it out loud. And then in the morning when you wake up, you play that recording to yourself every single morning. And it's incredible how quickly you'll see your life start to take shape around this. You know, when we first wake up, when we're in that liminal space, our mind is extra malleable. And really, we are creators of reality. We're using our imagination all the time. And whatever it is that we want to see, we can start to see, and we can actually begin to call in. This is how manifestation works. And so while we're not here to start manifesting our whole lives, because creation becomes so much better when we're simply in receptivity rather than always penetrating and creating. This is duality that gets to happen. Bringing in this daily ritual is a really powerful way to become present to what is already alive in your life, and then to watch miraculously as that which hasn't manifested yet starts to come in. So yeah, thank you. You're welcome. This is one of my favorite rituals to do. So as you're doing this, I'm just going to repeat it. You read it out loud, recording it. Then you listen to that recording every single morning. And this is a sacred practice. And the etymology of the word sacred is secret. Secret means this is for you and your ears only. So if you're waking up in bed next to somebody else, lucky them, put your headphones in and listen to it. Before you pick up your phone and you start reading your emails, going through all of your text chains, the things, listen to this. It's a really good excuse to lay in bed a couple minutes longer and like just get to wake up in your own sense of yum. Okay? So something starts to happen whenever we become face to face with our greatest dreams and our greatest aspirations. It can feel confrontational, just as exciting as it is, just as motivating and inspiring as it is. There's also usually a small part that's like, I don't know how. I can't. I need help. What will people think about me? And what I found through doing voice activation work and helping people step into their most authentic embodiment is the number one reason across the board that people do not speak and that they do not take action towards that which they really want is a fear of being judged. A fear of being judged can completely shut us off from our creative powers. Our fear of being judged can like slip in and make us believe all these stories of unworthiness that just aren't real, that just aren't true. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to go into a little bit of a reflection that's all about overcoming the self. Because we can say, you know, oh, what will people think? But the only critic out there that can actually stop you from being who you really are is your inner critic. Okay. And the inner critic is the ego that has a loud voice that just wants to be heard and just wants to be acknowledged. Because guess what? If you've made it this far, that means you're doing a really good job. You're doing great. Like you can already pat yourself on the back. There's nothing else that you need to do. If you've made it this far, you're doing amazing. This is like a niche of the niche of a niche gathering right now. You literally are self-associating as a world weaver and a luminary. Whatever you're doing great. Okay. And there's always more. And that ego that's brought us this far has done a really good job at protecting us. It's supporting us. It has fears, it has worries, it has anger, and it wants to be heard and it wants to be acknowledged. So tomorrow we're going to go more into that depth of what it is that's really blocking us. But right now we're going to go further into just recognizing a willingness or an unwillingness to be seen. Because guess what? When you start to take actions on your dreams, that means that you're sharing an aspect of your soul that you've never shared with anybody before. And in the beginning, that's really scary. It feels like a death. And it is a death because you're dying to your ego. You're dying to the expectations of others. You're dying to old visions and dreams that you used to have that were so real but never took place. It's like ending a relationship with a person. You're ending a relationship with an old sense of self. And so we're going to go into this, and we're going to go into what is it to let yourself really be seen not only by others, but by yourself. And I'm going to put a little survey in the chat right here. Okay. And so if you're in the replay of this, the survey is going to be in the email. So you can do this at home as well. And we're going to go ahead and pull this up together. Santa Maya. Okay. So go ahead and click on that little link that I just put in the chat. And this is a survey for discovering why you're here. So discovering why you're here. So when you stay connected to your why, it's easier to show up as a leader of change. Staying connected to your why resources inspiration and motivation, and it soothes the egos when things seem overwhelming. So we're going to do this together. All right. And if you can totally do this anonymously and put in a bogus name, but I love getting to know my community. I love to get to know who you are. So if you put your name in there, it means I get to know you a little bit deeper and help hold that vision with you. So going into our why, I can't tell you how many times with my own personal coaches and with people that I coach and mentor, whenever it gets really sticky and icky and resistant and lethargic or depressive, like, I can't do this. This is overwhelming. The world is falling apart. Whenever you feel this motivation and this passion to do something, it's usually birthed out of a place of seeing a lot of problems. And those problems can get really heavy. Those problems can become a burden. And we can feel like our hands are tied and we can't take action. Or that fear of judgment. What will people think about us? What will people say about us if we start to show up? And it's in these moments of constriction, when we're identifying as a small self, that staying connected to your why is the medicine. You aren't building these futuristic homes because you've got a big ego and you want everybody to see how cool you are and you're building these homes. Maybe that's a part of it, but maybe you're building these really cool futuristic homes because you believe in sustainable energy. You believe in collaborative living. You believe in community development. That's a return to the land and how that's going to not only shift your personal life and the lives of people around you, but the global perspective of what's possible, right? So let's go ahead and go through this together. The first question is, after your name, of course, are you ready, willing, and able to be known? Right here, right now, this is your decision. If your decision is no, totally cool. That means you're in the incubation space. And I've been in that incubation space for long times. It comes in waves. Sometimes we're inwards, sometimes we're outwards. But what we're doing in this 5-day retreat is I'm going to help you actually show up, because guess what? We need you right now. And we can always say that we're not ready, that there's more to learn, that there's more to know, that there's more to do. We can always say that, but there's not a finish line. Your evolvement, your healing, it's gonna keep happening in one way or another. So it's up to you to actually say, I'm choosing to show up, and letting yourself be known is how you start to show up. So second question, what do you want to be known for? And think impact rather than achievement. So for example, I'm working with a really fun person right now. I love this client, and he is in the emergence of going through a huge career transition. And in this career transition, he has decided that he wants to create an impact in health and fitness industry. And he wants to take a stand for not using steroids, for not using synthetics that will hurt your body in order to gain muscle mass and a physique that will help you win in bodybuilding competitions. So he and I have been working together, and this is like, I don't know anything about bodybuilding, you guys. I'm having so much fun through this process with him. We're working through the process of what does it look like for him to become a leader of change in the health and fitness industry, taking a stand as a role model, competing and winning as someone that doesn't use steroids. And this has been such a huge journey of uncovery. So what is the impact that you want to be known for? So we're not focusing on him winning this. We're focusing on the impact that he's going to create by taking a stand and sharing his voice in this specific field. And be as specific and bold as possible. Don't hold back. If you have a magic wand and you can wish for the impact of anything, share what that is. Even if it doesn't make sense, does it light you up? Maybe you want to make an impact in multiple fields. And right now you don't understand how those things connect to one another. Just write it down. And as we're doing this, feel free to copy and paste in the chat as well, going back and forth so we can share with one another. That's part of the fun thing about this. And if you would like me to, you'll see at the bottom, if you want anything that you fill out here, because I know we're going back and forth between paper and digital, I will email you all of your own answers. So you'll get this in an email if this is something that you want to hold on to. But really let yourself release into your creative genius here. This is our playground. This is our sandbox. And now going into the next question. Whenever you're ready, this link is going to be here, so you don't have to submit everything right here, right now. You can keep this page up and go through it on your own time. Okay, you can come back to it. The link will not change. It will be here. Maybe in 3 days, maybe at the end of this, you're going to realize I've changed my mind. This is who, how, and what I am. So the next question is, what are you afraid of being judged for? And by who? And really going into that, how long has fear of judgment stopped you from self-actualization? How long is fear of hurting somebody's feelings, of letting someone down, of offending someone, of pissing somebody off, of taking up too much space, of not being enough? These are common feelings. Everybody has these feelings. Nobody doesn't have these feelings. This is all part of our programming. This is in our DNA. And tomorrow we're really going to focus on getting our repatterning done. Just like a computer, we can go in and we can update the hardware. But today we're going to start with what is and taking a good look at it. So how long has this been a fear of yours? What in your life, what chances did you let pass you by? How did it really hold you back, this fear of being judged? And when you think about all these opportunities that you didn't pursue, all these things that you didn't show up for yourself in the moment, even though you really wanted it, what was the impact of this in your life? And, you know, here we are once again in the niche of the niche. You've done a really good job if you're here. And every single perceived hardship has led you into your glory equally. So there's really no such thing as I did this bad, I did this wrong, but it's an acknowledgement of I had these emotional hardships and I would have done things differently. And you may or may not be here today in the exact same place if you had done it differently. We don't know. And then going on to the next question. How does your personal journey represent what you're offering and who you're hoping to help? This is one of my favorite questions because I received so many incredible surveys from all of you who signed up to be part of this retreat. A lot of you said, I don't know what my purpose is yet. I just know I want to help people. And I resonate with that. That used to be me. I remember way back in the day, goodness, it would have been like way back in the day when I was living in Los Angeles and going to Agape, listening to Michael Beckwith twice a week. I couldn't get enough. I had just realized there's this whole world I never knew of. And when people would ask me, oh, well, what do you want to do? I would just like hungrily say, I want to help people. And they would be like, okay, great. You want to help people? How do you want to help people? I was like, wait, how? What do you mean, how do I want to help people? Isn't wanting to help people enough? Yes, wanting to help people is a huge realization. We are here to help ourselves and to help other people. We're all here helping each other rise. We rise by helping others. And you have a one-of-a-kind perspective and a one-of-a-kind life experience, your own unique path that shows how you are best destined to help people. And the way that you can begin to understand that your own personal purpose is by looking at your personal journey. So the example that I use here in the chat is if, for example, your personal journey was you overcame a lifelong health disorder that related to food, and now you're bringing awareness to holistic diets and nutrition. And to be even more specific, maybe on top of having this health disorder, you also had eating disorder. So even to be more specific, you're also helping people that had an eating disorder, and you're teaching them beauty from the inside out. That's one example. Whatever your life path is. My personal life path is that I lived a happily ever after dream life, being totally unaware of broader perspective of reality. And in my 20s, I worked and I hustled, and I went to school, I went to college, I paid off all my college debt, I got a great job, I had the golden handcuffs, I manifested my dream life before I was 30 years old. I had everything I had ever wanted, my white picket fence reality. And when I learned how to meditate, I woke up and I realized, holy shit, none of this is real to me. None of this is my actual soul calling. And that began my very deep journey of first diving into what is the truth of relationships? What is the truth of monogamy, polyamory, sex, love, marriage? And that was such a huge aha. It was the catalyst for me to make greater changes in my life. And then that became, once again, deeper esoteric healing exploration. So typically, that was a moment of crisis that I had to go through to access who I was. I now help people that are on a precipice of new levels of self-becoming. New levels of self-becoming, where they're moving from one phase into the next, and they need help, they need support, they need guidance, they need reassurance and reflection. And I help them do that gracefully, the way that I didn't know how to do it gracefully the first time. Burned a lot of bridges. Teach people how not to do that. Okay. And a powerful way of doing that is through our voice and our deeper self-knowing, staying centered. All right. So who are you becoming right now? This is a really beautiful question. Who are you becoming right now? So see yourself stepping into yourself. How are you becoming your own role model? I love this question. First, who are your role models? Who are the people that for your whole life, maybe you were a little kid and you just looked up to that, like, Aunt Flora, or, this other person, whoever it was. Who did you look up to? And what were the things about them that you loved? And broader perspective, who in the world is a leader of change that just gets you fired up? Who in your social circle do you see and you're like, I love that person so much. I feel so alive and authentic and expressed when I'm with that person. Those are your role models. And now look at yourself. How are you becoming your own role model right now? Even just showing up for this retreat today. And then the last question. How are you walking onto the stage? Be honest with yourself. It's a little bit of everything. Are you walking onto the stage with your shoulders hunched forward and kind of looking around like, does anybody see me? Can I just get through this? Are you walking on the stage with like flying kites and swords and flames, like causing a scene? Are you walking onto the stage centered, composed, and present in receptivity and responsiveness? How are you playing? This life is our stage. Every single person on this call, whether you're associated with it as not, is an artist. Your life is an art. Being alive is an art. Your waking moment is your canvas. And however it is that you're choosing to move into that space, to contribute to that space, to receive from that space, this is your stage. And like I said before, if you're writing these answers here and you want a copy of it, just put in your email address and you can definitely take your time with this form. You don't have to finish all the answers now, but these are really powerful self-reflection questions for you to start to understand who am I? Like, who am I really? Who's my higher self? What is the big I? What is my capacity to play? What is my capacity to dream? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we are coming into the end of this very first session. Feels good, just barely over an hour. I'm feeling really grateful for every single one of you here. Thank you for showing up. And I would just love to hear from you in the chat. So we'll redirect our writing to the chat. What is something that you realized about yourself today that you didn't know before you came into this first session? Yum. I'm going to read some of these out loud. Thank you for sharing. It really lights me up. I love receiving from you. Okay, we have, I want to be a dream enabler. I want to empower, nourish, and see my clients so that they can see themselves as they step into more meaning and purpose. So good. To bring about harmonious sound and tonality into the world, to transport people, create a portal that brings them closer in touch with their truth, and identify an identity closer to source. Create spaces that facilitate remembrance. That sounds absolutely beautiful. I would love to be in those spaces. Wonderful. And as you guys continue to share in the chat, I'll share a little bit more about mine. For me, coming out of the closet, in a sense, has been one of the most terrifying adventures of my life. Really realizing who I was. When I first realized my soul and my creativity, I hid it for years. And then when I finally came out of the closet and I found reflections that matched who I believed I was, guess what? I grew again. And I had to do the whole thing all over again. I had to come out of the closet again and re-express myself. And every single time, this is what happens. I'm just going to tell you that every time that you say yes to who you really are, it gets easier and easier and easier until today. Guess what? Today, I see it coming. I'm like, okay, low attachment, every area of my life, high commitment. I'm deeply committed to my present moment, as if this present moment is truly forever. And I'm completely unattached because I have learned through surrender, it just keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better. So let's see what else we have. I am helping to design a world where ease and harmony in the mind, body, and soul reside, so that allows for our inner genius is free to shine. Beautiful. One being of true North Star alignment. Yes. Yes, today is the best day through breakthrough and alignment. It absolutely is. All right, you guys, beautiful. I'm going to bring this in. And before I do, I want to make sure that everybody that's on this call today knows about there is a giveaway. Oh my God, I love giveaways. All right. So if you haven't seen, there is a giveaway launching after this course. So starting next week, July 5th in Western time zone, there is a 6-week voice activation course for visionaries and artists. And for everybody that attends all of the days of this first retreat, so that means all of you on the call live today, you are entered into a drawing to receive a full ride scholarship to this. So this is 6 weeks of voice activation, and I'll tell you a little bit about it because it's one of my highest excitements at the time and where I'm putting most of my presence. For this 5-day retreat that we're doing this week, that is completely free, we're going to go into who you are, why you are, what's holding you back, and how do you really want to get started and launched into your visionary purpose and path. Okay. And once you have all that knowledge and you have all that readiness of like, okay, here's my bundle, I want to share it with the world. The hardest part is taking it to the world. feeling confident, self-assured, secure, authentic, embodied. And that's what voice activation is all about. So Harmonize is teaching you how to harmonize your mind, your body, and your spirit so that you can truly show up as a visionary and luminary in your own life to be that center ripple of impact. And through this, we really go into empowering communication formulas. Communication is what creates all of our relationships. And guess what? I would say 99% of the time when we're having a conversation with somebody, we're having two different conversations completely. Learning how to listen, learning how to lean into curiosity, ask strong questions, and communicate with clarity are key to bringing your visions to life. Learning how to collaborate and how to play together to literally harmonize is key to bringing our visions to life, because not one person is going to do everything all on themselves. So if you come, for every day that you come, you're going to be entered into a giveaway and someone is going to win a full ride scholarship. So keep coming. I love having you here. And this is a really yummy course. As well as another giveaway is if you share this with your friends, if you tag me on social media, only one a day, but by tagging this on social media, same thing. There's going to be a giveaway to do a one-on-one visionary session. And so please share. There are people that don't know about this that would be receiving so much benefit from being a part of this free digital retreat. They can join at any time and they'll get all of the replays back on the back end if they weren't here on the first, second, or third day. Okay. And for the giveaway, you are going to receive a one-on-one visionary session. So maybe that's going to be a clarity call. Maybe that's going to be an EFT session. Maybe that's going to be going into this hypnotic dream state ritual that we just did together. Whatever it is that you want, that's all yours. And if you don't win the giveaway, but you know that you want to go deeper one-on-one, the way that I work with people is I offer EFT, emotional freedom technique. And we're going to do that tomorrow. We're going to have an EFT session. So you'll see what it's all about. And I also do one-on-one accelerated mentorship and coaching. And then finally, you'll learn about this at the end. We will go into voice activation on day 4. But right now, I am curating a voice activation teacher certification course. And this is something I've been working on since 2018 with like a lot of my energy. And I'm really excited to be at this point. And I need your help. I need your help. I am interviewing people in the community right now, like-minded beings, and I'm asking really specific questions. So that way I can better understand the curriculum and what it is that you desire and how I can best curate this to suit your needs. And so if you are available to do a 45-minute interview with me, then I have a gift back for you. And I'm still deciding what that gift back is, but it'll be good. I'm generous. It'll be yummy, whatever it is. So if that's something where you want to tell me what it is that you want to know about voice activation and from this certification, and you're thinking, maybe that's me, send me an email and we'll go into it together, okay? And thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate it. We are truly rising together. And yeah, I have a lot of love for you. Okay, and that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Take this extra time to integrate and maybe even make some calls and some emails that are related to what you just found out about yourself. So much love. Mahalo.